Hi, pipe smokers. This is Paul the Pipe Guy, live from Rochester, New York, and it's time for Two for Tuesday. Yeah. How was everybody's weekend? Mine was actually really good. I do have something to kind of share with you. Not to be a downer on Two for Tuesday, but obviously you all know that I lost my second son back in late February, which was quite traumatic. And so on the weekends, my beer consumption, uh, let's just say slightly or, well, drastically inclined because I do have weekends off. And my girl noticed that, and she comes over usually every Saturday at I don't know, between 5 and 7 o'clock, and I'm already half in the bag. I kind of was in denial about it for a little bit, and I'm not going to stop drinking my Busch beer, but there's such a thing called moderation because no woman wants to come over and walk in and her man's already had 12 beers. She's got her box of wine. She's ready to roll with you, but you're already half in the bag. And so it actually, she brought that up, and I was in denial. Uh, so this weekend, I told her that there would be some changes this past weekend, and we had a wonderful weekend. I cracked a beer around 3 o'clock. She was here by 5. I only had a couple. Um, we got to spend a wonderful evening together. We did have some. She had some glasses of wine, and I had some beers, but we remained on pace, neck to neck, and I didn't overdo it. And then on Sunday, we went to. They have an Indian reservation about 45 minutes away, and so what we did is we went there, got our cigarettes, which are a lot cheaper. They're only about $25 for a carton versus in New York State the taxes are terrible. If you go buy a carton of Marlboros, it's $110 now versus $25 at the res. They're not Marlboros, but they're Senecas and they're similar. So anyway, we did that, and then went to Walmart and bought a couple of fans because it was unbelievably hot. I don't have air conditioning here, and I figure for the couple of months that it gets real hot, I normally open my windows and get a nice breeze. But she has air conditioning at her house, and so she made me spend like $50 and buy 2 fans. We got some nice prime rib burgers. Oh, if you have never had prime rib burgers, you got to try it. Instead of hamburger, it's ground up prime rib. So I cooked out, and she made beans and so forth and tater tots, and we just had a great day. And she loved it a lot. I was a lot more, I'm always nice to be around, but I wasn't highly intoxicated or anything over the weekend. So, and as men, sometimes we, when someone brings something like that up, like, hey, you're drinking too much beer or whatever, I think a lot of us have gone through that. And so you become in denial, like, what's this person talking about? I don't want anybody changing me. No, I thought about it, and we didn't see each other for a weekend. She wanted to think about some things, and so I was like, you know what? Maybe she's right. And she was. So enough about that. So for Two for Tuesday, we have two pipes lined up here. Our Savinelli Punto Oro Mr. G, bowl number 87. I love this pipe. It has a great draw. Love the little blonde on the top here. It's kind of rusticated or elongated or whatever you want to call it. And inside that, we have this new blend that I bought, which I did a review on. It's called Bengal, as in Bengal Tiger, Slices, single barrel pipe tobacco. So basically, this is a limited edition tobacco, so they say, and it comes in pieces. Well, I'll just show you. It comes in pieces like so, about 1/4 of an inch thick. You can smell the bourbon, the Latakia, or Latakia, however you pronounce it. So it comes with 2 of those, plus another little one. And you got to be careful with this stuff because it is so compacted. When you slice it up and you rub it out, you may only slice up like a little piece like that long by that wide, and that's more than enough to fill your bowl. So anyways, I love this blend so much. I have my Punto Oro. This is supposedly a vintage Savinelli. That's the way I bought it off of eBay. Love this so much, I ordered 2 more tins, and then I loved it even so much more, I ordered 3 more tins, so I'll have 6 tins of this. If they stop making it, then I don't know, I may even buy another 3 more tins next week, but for now, I have 3 tins of it. 3 will be here tomorrow, and maybe next week I'll buy 3 more. Nothing wrong with stocking up, right? Do I sound like a prepper? Like if they stop making it? Oh my gosh. So that's what we have in our first pipe. And in our second pipe, which I haven't smoked this in a bit, it's a Mr. Bragg poker pipe. It doesn't have a bowl number, but I love the way this pipe has the wavy crown. The briar is just phenomenal. Just a beautiful, beautiful pipe. And I bought this one brand new. Love Mr. Bragg. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 Mr. Bragg pipes, and I enjoy them all. Mr. Bragg makes a great pipe, handmade in Poland, and in that we have some Scotty's Butternut Burley. This was packaged in January 13th, 2021 at 3:55 a.m. And I am doing a Scotty's Butternut Burley. I've had this little science project going on. What I did is I did a video on this, and I soaked up a paper towel and bourbon, Knob Creek, Kentucky bourbon, 100 proof, and I soaked some of it in there. It just didn't do it. So I actually watched a video on YouTube. This guy just takes and dumps it in with the tobacco and shakes it up, and we're going to let that sit in there for 30 days. You take the top off of this mason jar, and of course it's all sticking to the top and everything, but I put about a half a shot in there for maybe 1.5 ounces. It's pretty soaked, so I'm just going to let it sit in there, I mean, for a month. And right now it smells like bourbon and Scotty's Butternut Burley. So let's start with our Bengal Slices. Yes. Latika Lover's Friend. Or Latakia Lover's Friend. however you want to pronounce it. A blend of Latakia, Virginia, and Orientals aged to perfection in a bourbon barrel and pressed into a crumble cake. Yes. And then they cut that crumble cake up into 1/4-inch slices. It's just really to die for. Out of all my tobaccos, I love this the best. My Mississippi River, all right, which is Seattle Pipe Club Mississippi River, which basically rare Virginias pressed in a plug, cut tobacco with original leaf, Latakia, and Perique. And I believe, oh yeah, this is the Special Reserve, a Joe Lankford blend. And that is to die for. And so is the plum pudding, which I have several tins of. Seattle Pipe Club again, plum pudding, bourbon barrel aged. So these two are kind of similar, although this company says they're going to keep producing it. This company says they're running on a shortage of fresh, still wet bourbon barrels, which is white oak barrels that have been charred inside. The bourbon sits in them for 7, 8, 9, 10, 15 years, saturates the wood, and then they get them fresh while they're still wet and dump this tobacco in there. And it takes on the taste of bourbon, which I do like. I don't drink it. Well, I take that back. A couple of weeks ago, I had 2 fingers of it, and I was like, all right, that's enough. Just hard liquor does not agree with me. I mean, if I can stick with 2 fingers, maybe 3 at the most, I'm fine. But if I sit down and make that an all-night drink, I'm sick for a day or two. So let's light up our 7LA Mr. G. Bowl number 207. Isn't that a beauty? Oh, yeah. With our Bengal slices with bourbon. Oh yeah, I love this stuff. It's strong, but it's smooth also at the same time. So lately I've kind of fallen a little, I've kind of been slacking a little on my housekeeping. Used to clean the bathroom every week. Then once a month deep clean it. You know, the tub, everything, you know, with the tile cleaner and tub cleaner. So I kind of been slacking on that a little bit. I used to vacuum twice a week, the whole house. I haven't vacuumed in 2 weeks. Now it's just me and my roommate, so it's not like it's a filthy mess, but I am a bit of a clean freak and I want to go back to the way I was before. So I was going to hire a cleaning lady just to come in and do it, because I've been working 6 days a week. But my buddy's girl, who's the cleaning lady, I've texted her twice and she hasn't answered me back, so I ordered some cleaning supplies off of Amazon. Ordered a new shower curtain, a new slip-proof mat that goes in the bottom of the tub. And that, I don't know, some of you probably have like a organizational type of shelf stand that goes up over your toilet, stands on legs and so forth. I ordered a brand new one of those because the one I have, God knows how old it is. It's chrome and it's starting to rust. And that between those three things, it was about $120, but I'm investing in myself. Talked to my roommate. I says, look, I want to get this house in pristine, clean, non-cluttered condition again. We need to do a walkthrough together. And he's like, what's a walkthrough? I says, well, that's where I go through and say, I have all this clutter on my desk. I'm going to organize it. You know, it's all pipe tobaccos and so forth. And then you've got a couple things sitting on the kitchen floor in bags, you know, Tupperware stuff. Why? You know, I was nice about it. I told him I have the most of the job to do, I says, but I want to do a walkthrough and point some things out that I would appreciate it if you could do too. Because we'd both be just a lot happier if things were a little less cluttered. Not that I live in a hoarder's house, but when you walk into my kitchen, he's got 2 totes of stuff that's sitting there. They should either be thrown away or put them away. Not on my kitchen floor. And then when you walk down in the living room, he's got a guitar amplifier down here sitting in front of the TV. I have one also. That stuff should be put away up in the spare bedroom. I told my girl I wanted to get the carpets cleaned all nice because, I mean, this is June. I smoke cigarettes in my house. So I want to wash all the curtains. Want to get all the carpets clean, and I called a couple places, and I don't have a lot of carpet in my house. I have a living room, 6 steps going up into the kitchen, 6 steps going up to a very small landing upstairs, and there's 2 bedrooms on one side and a bathroom on the other. And all these carpet cleaner guys are like, you know, I don't do small jobs anymore. I don't have time for them. So my girl said that she has a very, very nice carpet cleaner. And her son would be more than happy to, if I would hire him to do it. And I says, okay, that's fine. I'm all in. Does it do a good job? And she's like, yeah. He does ours about every 3 months. So between washing the curtains and vacuuming, or not vacuuming, but shampooing the carpets, washing the curtains, washing the walls down, because my house does smell like cigarettes a little bit when you walk into it. And my roommate hates it. Well, I told him before he moved in here 3.5 years ago, though. I said, look, man, I smoke cigarettes and I smoke in my house. Oh, that's no problem. My dad, he used to smoke 3 packs of Pall Malls a day. Kept the windows closed. He said everything was yellow. Everything's not yellow in my house, but he doesn't like the smell. You know, his kids come over, and even if I'm not smoking, because the house smells like cigarette smoke, which actually is a disgusting, dirty smell, his kids will go home smelling like a little bit of cigarette smoke, and his ex-wife doesn't like that, and I can't blame her. You know? So we're going to make some good, positive changes. Wash all the kitchen cabinets down with Murphy's oil soap. Oh yeah. mop the kitchen tile floor with Pine Sol. Mop the entire bathroom with Pine Sol. Oh, it'll be nice in here. Oh, this is so good. Bengal slices. I'm telling you, trust me, guys. If you like a Latakia or Latakia blend, Bengal single barrel pipe tobacco. Bengal slices, single barrel pipe tobacco. Yeah, you got to buy it. I mean, it's like $17 a 10 for 1.75 ounces, but once you try it, you'll thank me. Life is good. It's good to have goals, too. I mean, I got to get back to where I once was before. I mean, not to be a negative person or anything like that, but basically, before my son passed, my first one, back on May 2nd, 2017, my house was absolutely spotless. My ex-wife would come into my house and be like, "It smells like a hotel room in here. It's like really spotless and clean." I want to get back to that. Because when you have a cluttered, not as clean of a house as you want, it messes with your head. It gets in your head. I have to take a break. I'll be right back. Okay, so we're back. So they say cleanliness is next to godliness, and that's true. If your house is not spotless like you, or at least up to the expectation that you want, it does affect your mind and your thinking. So those are goals that, oh no, those are things I'm going to accomplish. So Busch beer. My Savinelli's starting to warm up just a little bit, so we're going to switch over to my Mr. Bragg poker pipe. And I can't believe that doesn't even have a bowl number on it. It just says Mr. Bragg. It's got a diamond. And it says Poker Briar. No bowl number. Out of my Mr. Bragg pipes, I think my two favorite is this one and my Consol bowl number 86. Oh no. My Consol bowl number 82, this poker pipe. There's three of them. And then my, I have to grab it. Oh yes, my bowl number 86 Champion, which one of my subscribers, I did a review on this pipe, and he loved it so much he ordered one, and he just absolutely loves it. And this is a great smoker. Yeah, look at that. The briar is absolutely phenomenal. I've owned this pipe now for a few months. It's starting to get a little bit of cake buildup in it. But I can't come home and smoke 14 pipes every day. Just, you know, I try to smoke maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 bowls at the most a day. Especially with some of the stuff that I've been ordering lately that has Latakia in it / Latakia, which is pretty powerful. I mean, you take this plum pudding blend here with bourbon in it, plum pudding bourbon barrel aged. by Seattle Pipe Club. That stuff is strong. I smoked a bowl of that when I got home, and it started making me hiccup, which actually, if you smoke too much pipe tobacco, even though you don't inhale it, the nicotine gets absorbed in through the veins and capillaries in your mouth. And nicotine, a side effect of taking in too much nicotine, is you will start to hiccup. And if you don't believe me, all right, for you smokers out there, go buy some Nicorette gum. Get the 4 milligram ones. Throw 2 of those in your mouth and start chomping away, swallowing the juice. Within 60 seconds, you will have uncontrolled hiccups. And that is a side effect of taking in too much nicotine. Yes, so. But I had a bowl of that, smoked it down way too quick because it was a bowl that had been sitting there for a couple days with that in it. I didn't want to waste it because that stuff's not cheap. So anyway, so let's light up our Scotty's Butternut Burley out of our Mr. Bragg poker pipe. Yeah. Mm. Mm. This is really different to smoke loose tobacco, because for the past month and a half, I've been smoking pretty much just either plug tobacco or pressed crumble cake. Scotty's Butternut Burley. You can get it anywhere online, but I buy mine from pipesandcigars.com. Definitely would recommend Scotty's Butternut Burley to anyone, especially the newer pipe smoker. It's such a pleasurable smoke. Definitely an all day smoke. It's not going to kick your fanny. You could definitely smoke this all day long. So tomorrow, Thursday, we have Thirsty Thursdays, and but tomorrow I'm due to have 3 new blends come in. That's going to push me over 50 different blends that I have right now. Scotty's Butternut Burley. Paul the Pipe Guy would not steer you wrong. Scotty's Butternut Burley is just awesome. I think instead of getting new blends from now on, the ones that I really like, which are all of them, I'm just going to start ordering multiple stuff like this Black Frigate, made by Cornell and Deal. Just a great blend. Oh, just to die for. And it is, basically says Latakia and Turkish are added to our Blockade Runner Very Cavendish. Virginia is soaked and aged in rum. That's why I love it. Pressed and cut into an old-fashioned crumble cake. That is good. It has a great finish. It's just great. I'm going to order 4 more tins of that. Also, the room note on this, and when I say room note, What do other people think about your tobacco smoke, how it smells? So sometimes you'll see different tobaccos. They do have a room note. Well, they have different ratings, whether it's mild or whatever, or just different ratings and so forth. And one of them is room note, which, what do other people think of you? Okay. And as I've said before in some of my other videos, there's a gentleman that goes out, he's like, if somebody lights up a cigarette, it's just like everybody's like, oh. So a lot of cigarette smokers know that. They'll just go away from the crowd if you're at a fair or, whatever. Even if you're just walking through the village, with a lot of other people around. But he says he puts aromatic tobacco when he goes out in public, and people are just like, that smells so good. What's in that? So that's room note. Room note is what other people think about the smell of your burning tobacco. And being out in public nowadays, people are real skittish about smoking. And you know what? Smoking cigarettes is horrible for you. Unfortunately, I do smoke cigarettes. Although my my pipe smoking is cut way down on that. I remember being a little kid. I mean, I was born in 1964. So all through the 60s and 70s and 80s, you could smoke anywhere. You could go in the mall, you could go in a store, anywhere you went in public, a restaurant, you could smoke. All you wanted. I remember being 16 years old. This was back around 1980. I got a job at a restaurant as a busboy right in the village of Spencerport where I lived. And they had the lower section, and then there was a spiral staircase, well, kind of a winding staircase that went up to the second level. And on Fridays and Saturday nights, everybody was smoking and drinking. You got all these old school people that were in their 50s and 60s and 70s. They were chain smoking, and they had Don the ragtime piano player there. And it was a night out for all the older married folks. And but I'll tell you what, I was not a smoker at that time. And here I am on the second floor, and the smoke rises. I would go home smelling like a burnt out pack of cigarettes. I mean, it was horrible.